This course is presented by TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up Studios.
And now, to the glory of God and the benefit of listeners everywhere, it's iPad for all computing.
Okay, we are all set to go. Welcome once again, my friends. Session number 31 today of iPad for All Computing. After this, there are just 6 sessions remaining. 3 next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and 3 the following week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Remember that our final session is Thursday, May 28th. 2026. I also want to remind you that this coming Saturday, May 16th, is the very last Saturdays with Stir It Up of the season. And Trainer Cliff has said that, there may be 1 or 2 additional ones somewhere along the way, but nothing official at this point. So this is the official last Saturdays with Stir It Up session of the season, the 2026 spring training season. So you're going to want to make sure you come to that if you would like some help, 7 p.m. Eastern time, using the same link we used for the special Tuesday sessions as well. We're not using it anymore because we're doing all iPad classes, but you'll use it for Saturday. Also, I want to mention, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, but just in case I didn't or you need to hear it again, we released a series of what we call MVP award winners, summer MVP awards. These were 12 products, 10 main products and 2 honorable mentions that just really stuck out to me as fantastic products. Several of them just released this year, and a few of them that have kind of become standby products on our lists of favorites. But nevertheless, a little bit different than our holiday gift guides that we do, around the time of Black Friday, because this is just the MVPs and so forth. But what we've done is we've offered some tremendous spring and summer promotions. Every one of these products, if you purchase it with a gold membership, you get a either discount or a free gift or some other kind of incentive or bonus. So we encourage you to check that out. If you're not a gold member, great time to become one. And if you need to renew your gold membership, it's a great time to do that also, because you can get one of these products with a special incentive that's not normally attached to it. That promotion is good through July 31st. And we're excited to have you on board as a gold member if you decide to do that. We offer lots of one-on-one training and shopping assistance and other great benefits to our gold clients. So just wanted to let you know about that. The episode was posted to the podcast about that. And we are current, praise God, on all podcast episodes. We are up to date with all the iPad classes. So what we'd like to do now is get our original audio.
Selected. Originals. Done. Button. Speech off.
I told you that we would be talking about... What are we talking about? We're talking about iMovie today. Isn't that interesting? Yesterday we looked at video and storage and the camera, screen recordings, and code scanner. Today we talk about iMovie, and then next week it's going to be all about audio, recording, editing, things of that nature, settings, useful accessories, and so on, and then a few things in the final week of class as well. So what we have is a fully functional, very powerful video editing app that is bundled with, that is included with every single Apple product that you purchase. Well, not the Apple TV or the watch or anything, but, iPad, iPhone, Mac, they all get iMovie. I was just reading about a study commissioned by Microsoft. I'm going to do a reaction video to it because it's trying to say that a person should buy a Windows laptop instead of a MacBook Neo. And I find it pretty humorous, to be honest with you. And that's the most generous way I know how to say it. One of the things Microsoft is doing is they're giving people right now who purchase a Windows laptop a free year of Office 365. I find that hilarious too, because every Apple user who purchases an Apple product gets Pages, Numbers, and Keynote, kind of the equivalent to Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, except I think way better. And they get them free, not for a year, but permanently. And they're available on all their devices, and they sync with iCloud and so on. Now, you can say, well, people have to purchase Creator Studio if they want it, but that's not really equivalent to Office 365. Creator Studio has a lot more stuff in it that's very, very high-end for professionals and creators and, you know, all of those things. So what's amazing to me is Apple gives us these apps like iMovie. And next week we're going to talk about GarageBand, and there's no charge for them. They come with every single device, and it's the same iMovie on the $349 iPad A16 as it is on the $999 iPad Pro, or the ones even above it. So, it's a real blessing. It truly is. Excuse me. And if you decide that you need to go farther than what iMovie can do, there's Final Cut Pro, which is part of Creator Studio, or you can subscribe to it as a standalone app. I believe that option is still available purposefully, but we may or may not demonstrate Final Cut Pro today. I probably will just stick with the one that everybody has, iMovie. I may go into Final Cut Pro a little. I've played with it a couple times. Now, full disclosure, when we do this, I don't use iMovie every day. I have absolutely used it, okay? But it's not something I do every day. And I also believe very strongly that part of independence is knowing when to ask for help. And I think that using an app like iMovie or Final Cut Pro, you're going to benefit greatly from sighted assistance. Get a family member, a friend, a coworker, what have you, a colleague to help you with iMovie, because you really want to make sure visually that everything is right. I think with AI, that's probably the thing that's going to, change all of this. And already you could do some really cool things, maybe, I don't know what the limitations and the possibilities would be if you uploaded your your movie to let's say ChatGPT and asked it to analyze, how does it look, can you read the titles, can all those. I don't know what would happen. I know that I've done that with documents, and I demonstrated that for you, and it worked brilliantly, praise God. So I don't know, but I think a pair of eyes is not a bad thing with an app like iMovie. But what I want to show you is that it's fully accessible, and so we're going to launch it right now. I'm using my iPad A16, actually, because the iPad Air is the one running the Zoom today. I've told you before, I rarely deliberately choose one. It's just whichever one needs to be charged versus the other one. And so they both work equally well, praise God. Yeah, you can feel a little bit difference in speed between the two if you're using them back to back, and which I do because I go back and forth. But, I don't typically need to make a choice of one or the other unless it's an Apple Intelligence feature. So iMovie works just fine on the iPad A16. You're going to see that today. Final Cut Pro works just fine on the iPad A16, by the way. So let's get started. I have this iPad ready to go. We are going to use two separate ones, and probably for the duration of the course, we're going to use two separate ones because you really need to when you're doing audio editing. You can't do audio apps, while you're in Zoom anyway. So we're going to be using two different devices most of the time.
Maps.
All right.
Page 2 of passwords.
Here's page 2.
Support.
Let's.
Page no Keynote. iMovie.
There's iMovie.
Double tap to open.
We will open it.
Day in the Life Theater alert. Backup iMovie Theater videos. To save your iMovie Theater videos, move them to iCloud Photos. Select a video, tap Download, then tap Share to iCloud Photos. OK button.
All right, now.
Theater.
The first time you open iMovie, you may or may not see this. I actually have opened iMovie before on this device. I'm almost certain. I was using it on the iPad Air, but I'm almost positive I used it on this device before. Maybe not. Um, this iMovie Theater thing, iMovie Theater used to be a feature of iMovie that would allow you to share your creations with others very, very easily. It was since replaced with iCloud Photos because iCloud Photos, of course, are shareable across all of your devices as well as with family members if you use iCloud Library and a family photo album, and then certainly with others if you create a shared iCloud album. So they've really removed iMovie Theater in favor of iCloud Photos, but they continue to display this because I created projects a while back in Theater, and I've already saved them to my photo library in iCloud, so I don't need to do it again. But I still get that message, and I'm thinking maybe this is the first time I opened it on this device because usually it's only that time that you get it.
Done button.
I'm going to just hit done because I don't need to save this. It's already saved.
Projects.
Okay. Now we're in the, and this is why I don't know if I think I have opened it on here before because I thought I'd get some other onboarding stuff. If not, notifications and, welcome and all that. But
Projects.
we're not. We just see the projects. This is the project browser for iMovie now. Now, your iMovie projects are a little bit differently handled than your, let's say, pages, documents, or number spreadsheets or keynote presentations. These are not automatically saved to the Files app, number one. Number two, they don't automatically sync with iCloud. And I suspect, though I cannot speak for Apple, that the reason for that is because they are bound to be much larger. We talked about file sizes yesterday. And so I imagine that's the reason they don't automatically sync with iCloud. If you want your iMovie projects themselves, I'm not talking about the finished products, but the projects that you're working on, if you want them to be available on all of your devices, you can export them and save them to iCloud yourself. You can save any project to the iCloud Drive, and there's you should be able to just tap on that project on another device to open it, or there's an option in here that says,
let me
show you.
Import projects, trailers, and media button.
See, there's a button there that says import. It said import projects, trailer, media. So you can import projects from other places. So it's entirely possible to use this app with iCloud. It's just a little bit of a different process. And again, I suspect that's due to the potentially very, very large file sizes that you can run into here. And remember, it's possible to even edit movies on an external drive directly without having to copy those files to your iPad. So that is done, with a USB-C drive, and that's doable. So now what we're going to do is swipe to the right and look at the rest of this interface here.
Projects.
That's the left,
Projects.
as far as we can go.
Import projects, trailers, and media button.
Already talked about that. Let's swipe to the right now.
Day in the life.
Okay.
A person standing in front of a window with white blinds.
That's a project that I think I did as a test, or else it was a sample one, but I think I created that.
iMovie. A screenshot of an app with text and icons.
And
Not disturbed to prevent.
that's another one that I created, but I didn't rename it, and I probably should have, but we'll keep swiping.
Start new project button.
Okay, now you have start new project, and you actually don't have to tap that because the buttons underneath it are already showing. Let's swipe to the right.
Button.
Okay.
Magic movie. Store button.
Listen to these descriptions so you know what your choices are here. The first one is Magic Movie. The next one is Storyboard. And the last one is just plain movie. So listen to the descriptions of them.
Magic movie. Choose your media, apply a style, and let iMovie create a movie for you.
Okay. This is basically a very, very quick way to sort of automatically create a very simple movie based on media that you've chosen from your photo library, what have you, and you can put music to it. It'll automatically put music to it. It's a very automated process. You don't really have much control over the result, and so if you have, for example, a 5-minute video in your iCloud photos and you add that to a Magic Movie, it might only use like 30 seconds of that video or something, right? This is a very automated, automatic kind of thing, and it's called Magic Movie. Let's keep swiping.
Storyboard. Use beautiful templates to easily create a video or movie trailer.
Okay, with this option, it is going to definitely give you more control, but it's still it's a template-driven process. So there are different they call them clip wells. You can insert clips into each of these clip wells. You can adjust them, you can move them around, you can do different kinds of things like that, but they're still going to be sort of template driven. And then the last option,
Movie. Make a movie from scratch using media from photos and your camera.
okay? And
Movie.
you can see that that's it. That's the one we're going to focus mainly on today in our demos. So let's double tap it.
Media. Heading.
All right. Right away, the first thing that you are asked to do is to select media that's going to be part of this movie. Once you have selected at least something, you can add, edit, modify, do all sorts of things, but they want you to select something to start. So let's swipe to the right.
Media, moments, button, video, button, photos, albums, backgrounds, UI split view controller full screen, back button, moments, heading, cancel, yesterday.
It's got me in the moments section. I could change that to video or photos or whatever based upon what I want to insert, but let's just
Select, button.
There's a
Select, created May 12th, 2026, duration 1 minute 45.
and then
5 seconds, a screenshot of a home. Everett.
okay, so these are moments. We're not going to do that.
Yep, cancel.
We're going
Moments,
to
heading,
go
UI split view controller full screen, back button.
back.
UI split view controller full screen,
And
moments,
what we're
cancel.
then going to do is
Yesterday,
we're going to go to the
media,
left here,
media,
and we're
moments,
going to,
heading, cancel.
let's
Yesterday,
see.
select,
Actually, I didn't
created May
need,
12th,
I didn't need to go
moments,
back
heading, media,
because
back button.
I want to go back to
UI
media.
split
Yeah,
view
that's right.
control,
Okay.
backgrounds,
I want to
button,
pick
albums, photos, video, button.
video. And now that's going to show me all the videos I have in my photo library. I could have done photos or whatever.
Created May 12th.
Okay.
Cancel. Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 26.3 seconds.
You know what those are? These are the videos that we created together yesterday in our class using the camera. Remember, I created a short video test, and I also created a 1 minute, what ended up being a 1 minute and 45 second screen recording. That's this one.
Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 1 minute 45. 5 seconds.
Now, I can select more than one of these, but I'm just going to go ahead and select one for now.
Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 26.3 seconds.
And that's the one I'm going to double tap. That was my video test.
Created May 12th, 2026.
Now, what you need to do is do a 4-finger single tap at the bottom of the screen.
Start download button.
Okay.
Add or remove selection button.
And there's add or remove selection because we need to do that. But I also need to download this apparently, and that's because it was taken on a different device. You remember yesterday I was using the iPad Air in my demos, so
Start down, stop download button.
went ahead and double tapped on that and let that download a bit.
Created December
There we
10th,
go. I was going to say it shouldn't take very
2007.
long. It should be very quick. At the bottom now, what we'll find is that there is only this button where,
0 minute.
let's see, where we have the add or remove selection. So this is the way this works. When you double tap a video to select it, okay, what actually is happening is you then have to say add or remove selection. If you don't, it's not really going to add that to the project, okay? And you'll end up with nothing in your project. So you have to first say add or remove selection. So when I've selected, let me just see. Okay, here we go. when I've selected this video, again, let's look at it.
Video, but video, adding not.
Oops, okay. All right.
Test 1, time lapse
Let's see.
16.
Okay, there we go.
Toolbar,
Up here.
0 items.
See, at the bottom right now,
Bullet, Aurora, 0 minutes.
nothing is there because we haven't added it to the selection. I also want to show you up at the top, now that I've selected video,
Media, back button.
there's your back button, and listen to this.
Video, heading, all, button, recently added, favorites, button,
Wait,
recently
listen.
added, 2.
There's 2
button,
recently added.
Favorites, iMovie Media, slow-mo, time lapse, test 1,
See,
1, September
you can
4th,
pick all of those
2000.
different choices,
UI split view,
and
all,
so
heading,
we are in all right now.
cancel, no video, toolbar,
And it's showing me that
create
there's no
movie.
videos there, but the reason for
Clips,
that, I probably
1,
need to go
test
back
album,
here,
July
and
12th,
let's
singing
go
with me, all,
back
but recently added, 2,
to recently
button,
added.
media, back,
And
no video,
we
cancel,
are,
no toolbar,
for some reason,
create movie, 0
let's see,
items,
we're not
bullet,
seeing, okay, there's the create movie button, but I said start download,
app switcher,
and I wonder if
no video,
there was just a
recently added, had no recently
random
heading,
glitch there, because it's showing me no videos. That makes no sense. So what I'm going to do is force quit the app, and I'm going to try it again. Let's see. I don't know why that happened. Okay. Let's try this again here. All right. Media, video,
empty list.
and it should be.
Created January
There it
14th,
goes.
created
Okay,
May
yeah, I don't know what
12th,
happened there.
created cancel,
All right. I'm going to
created
select
May
that
12th,
one again now.
2026.
Double tap.
Duration 26.3. Created May
Now
12th.
at the bottom,
Add or remove selection button.
there it is. It doesn't say start download anymore because it's downloaded, but we have to add or remove selection. In this case, it's going to be adding it, so I got to double tap that.
Add or remove selection. Add or remove selection.
Now when you swipe to the left, it's not going to say 0 and no video.
Play button.
It's going to say,
Play.
let's just look at it.
Toolbar. Create movie.
There's the create movie button.
Bullet.
Listen now.
Less than 1 minute.
It's less than a minute because it was only 26 seconds.
Play button.
There's a play button. We can preview it. I'm just going to go ahead and say create movie.
Play.
Okay.
Toolbar. Bullet. Less than 1. Create movie.
Double
Create
tap.
Return to project list button.
Now notice up at the top,
Return to project list button.
return to project list. So when we're done here, that's like our back button. But let's go to the right now.
My movie 1.
All right, it's calling it My Movie 1. We're going to rename it later. Let's go to the right.
Edit project properties button.
All right, we will come back to that. Let me just give you kind of an overview of this screen. Edit project properties.
Media heading.
All right, here's media,
Cancel button.
and you can cancel that.
Moments, but video, photos, albums, backgrounds, files, button, tab bar, selected, media, tab, 1 of 2, audio, tab, 2 of 2.
Notice there's now 2 tabs, media and audio, so we can add audio to this project as well. And if we keep swiping,
Created May 12th, tab bar.
we have these different options for adding more videos to our project.
Select
But
file,
let's just
background,
cancel out of that.
Cancel button, cancel, insert media.
Now let's
button,
look at what
edit
else we
project
have.
My
We
Movie.
still have edit project properties.
Edit project properties.
Now to the
button,
right.
Insert media button.
Insert media. So if I want to get that screen back again where I can add more stuff, I double tap that, and we will. But let's go to the right.
Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 26.3 seconds.
That's the one that's already been inserted.
26.3s.
It shows us it's 26.3 seconds.
Record voiceover button.
I can record a voiceover like a narration, not to be confused with the voiceover screen reader, right? But rather a voiceover, monologue or whatever. You know, you can narrate over top of that, record it right into the video.
Take video or photo button.
I can also record a video or take a photo right inside the project here now.
Previous clip button. Play button. Undo. Dimmed.
All right, so we
button.
have previous clip and play. We don't have any previous clips. You can undo. Nothing to undo right now.
Selected. Show or hide audio waveforms.
And we can show or hide the audio waveforms, which helps us to be able to see the visual representation of what's happening.
Selected.
And that's it. So if I want to now look at adding something else, let's say I want to add a musical soundtrack. They've got royalty-free soundtracks. They've also got sound effects. Plus, you can use something from your music library. Now, obviously, right now, what we have is this one clip in here. And if I go back to the left,
Take video record 26.3s. Created May 12th, 2026, duration 26.3 seconds.
That is my clip that I've inserted already. We could add more to make a longer movie, combine things together. You know, that's the whole point of iMovie. But
Created May 12, 26. Record voiceover. Take video. Previous clip. Button. Play. Button. Dimmed. Button.
And then
selected. Show or select. Undo.
so you have this undo button. You have all these choices. And one of the things that we can do now is we can insert more stuff. There's the one.
2026. Duration 26.3 seconds.
There's the clip we've already inserted. And what I want to do now is I want to maybe insert some.
26.
Let's just see. I want to look at this.
Record voiceover.
Okay, we don't want to record a voiceover right now.
Take video or
We don't have any, any transition effects or anything because we only have one clip.
previous clip. Button.
Right, previous
Play.
clip.
Undo.
There's nothing there.
Selected. Show or
But
Select.
if you
return my movie.
if you
or
go
edit
to
project, insert media.
insert
Button.
media,
Selected. Cancel.
we could
Button.
insert a second one.
Moment. Video. Photos. Album. Background. File.
Let's go to
App photos,
video,
Video.
and let's
Button.
insert that 1 minute and 45
All.
second
Button.
screen.
Favorites. Button. Tab bar.
Recording.
Select slow-mo. 50. Recently added.
All right,
2.
let's see. Probably have to pick.
All.
I have to
Button.
pick recently added.
All. But recently
Do I have to
added.
do that maybe?
Empty list.
Okay, here it goes.
Video.
Let's pick
Back, created May 12th. Cancel.
the
Created
long
May
one.
12th, 2026. Duration 1 minute 45.
Not long,
Created
but
May
I'll
12.
go down to the bottom.
Selected. Show or hide audio. Undo. Play. Previous.
Swipe left because that part is still on the
Take
screen.
26. Record voiceover 26. Created May tab bar. Select start download.
And you-
play. But created May 12th. To play. Start download.
All right, they want me to download it.
Tab bar. Start download.
Last time I
Start
did that, we ran
download.
into a
Stop
problem.
download.
Hopefully, we won't
Button.
this time. But
More options. Button.
all right, let's see.
Play. But more option. More play. Add to project. Button.
Add to project. There it is.
Add to project. Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 26.3 seconds. Tab bar. Created May. Cancel. Recently added.
Now we're going to hit
Adding.
cancel.
Cancel.
We're done adding for the
Insert
moment.
media.
Let's look at our
Button.
project.
Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 1 minute 44. Transition 1 in video track. Created May 12th, 2026. Duration 25.3 seconds.
And there's the other one.
10.8.
And there's the total time of the video, 2 minutes and 10.8 seconds, because we've combined the two.
Record voiceover.
Now notice there's this thing,
Transition 1 in video track.
transition 1 in
Transition
video
1 in
track.
video track.
And so that's where there's going to be an actual
Button.
transition between the two clips. And what we can do now is we can continue adding more clips if we want to. And then we also have the option of looking at the project properties. I am going to show you the project properties because there's going to be some useful things there that we may want to look at. So let's go to project properties.
My movie. Edit project properties. Selected.
Okay,
Project settings.
so
Project filter. Selected. None.
there's no filter right now, but look at these filters we can apply.
Comic mono. Ink. B&W. Blast. Blockbuster. Blue. Combo. Dreamy. Duotone. Silent era. Vintage. Western. Theme.
All these different choices. And then we have themes.
Modern. Bright. Playful. Neon. Travel. Selected. Simple.
Simple is selected right now, but we can change that.
News. Theme soundtrack. Switch button. Off.
We can turn on the
Double
theme
tap to toggle setting.
soundtrack, which will match the theme.
Fade in from black. Switch button. Off.
We can fade in.
Double tap to toggle setting. Fade out to black. Switch button. Off. Speed changes pitch. Switch button. On. Speed
So you have these different choices of things that you can do. You can fade in and fade out, all that. And I'm going to scrub out of that.
Return
But
to
I just
project
wanted to
list.
show you all those choices. So again, just to review what that was. You have the ability to add different styles, which will cause the video to look different, adjust the colors and other factors in it to, filters and so on. And then you even have a soundtrack, which if you choose one of those themes, the background and so on will adjust, but so will the soundtrack. So, what I want to do now is I think I want to put some music in this, and I want to show you our sound effects. Again, you can use your own sound effects. You can use your own music, like stuff in your music library, but again, you might get into copyright issues depending on what you're doing. So we're not going to do that. We're going to use the royalty-free stuff. They have a bunch of music. They have sound effects. Let me show you.
Insert media.
Insert media.
Selected. Cancel.
And I'm going to go over here to the tabs.
Talk transition. Created major tab. Selected. Meet audio. Tab. 2 of 2.
I'm going to choose audio. Now let's look at what we have.
Media. Tab.
Okay.
1 of 2.
I'll touch the top.
Return my movie
4-finger.
Edit
Single
project
tap.
Audio. Heading.
Here's the audio.
Cancel. Soundtracks.
We have soundtracks.
My music.
My music.
Sound effects.
Sound effects.
Tab bar. Media.
So let's
tab.
just say I
1 of
choose
sound
effects just to show you what those are.
Dictate alarm.
And
Search.
notice there's a
field.
search field we can search. But now listen to these.
Alarm. 5.2 seconds. Applause. 8.9 seconds. Arpeggio. 3.0 seconds. Bark. 2. Bell tower. Bicycle. Boing. Booing crowd. Bubbles. Camera shutter.
There's a ton of choices here. I'm not going to go through all of them for the sake of time. But I want to go back and put
Alarm. Dictate. Cancel.
a soundtrack
Sound
in here.
effects. Audio. Edit project. My movie.
Let's
1.
do
Sound effects. Cancel. Search. Dictate.
cancel.
Cancel. Insert meet. Edit.
And
insert
let's
meet
do
selected.
a
Cancel. Sound effects. Head. Audio. Back button.
We'll go back and do a
Sound
soundtrack.
effects. My music. Soundtrack.
All right, because these are royalty free, they'll automatically match the length of the video. Okay, do I need to download them?
Cancel.
Let's see.
Hyped. Head soundtracks. Audio. Edit project. My movie 1. Return to project list.
Nope,
Return
looks
to
like I've already downloaded them. So
Edit off. Sound cancel. Hyped. Heading. Can't stop me. Alex Goose. Pause. 0%. Disco down. Alex. Pause. Drop that. Alex. Pause. El ritmo.
now I don't know what any of these are, but we can go to headings
Words. Headings.
and look at the categories. Right now we're in hyped. We also have
Pop. Heading.
pop,
Playful.
Playful.
Heading. Chill. Head sentimental. Retro. Action. Head holidays and events. Themes. Heading.
all right.
Heading.
All those different choices. Like look under themes.
Bright. Modern. Neon. News. Playful.
Those are the themes. Go back up.
Theme.
Holidays and events.
Bluegrass birthday. Dancing with Gong and Chang. Field report. Founder.
You get the idea. What's under
Action. Heading.
Retro.
Heading. Retro. Aces Funk. Consequence of Style. Happy Trails. Michael. Joey Ramone. Cool Cat. Mambo Jambo.
Now, I don't know what any of these sound like until we double tap them to play them. Let's try
Cool Cat.
Cool Cat.
Michael. Cool Cat. Michael Lockwood. You. Cool Cat. Michael Lockwood.
We can stop
Cool
that.
Cat. You.
Let's
Mambo
try another one
Jambo.
here.
Mambo Jambo.
Ooh, that is cool, guys. Swipe to the right.
Use music. Use
There's a
music.
button there that says
Use music. Button.
Use Music, and that's what we're going to do. And then all we have to do is go back up,
Return to project.
and we can
Edit
cancel
audio,
out of
soundtracks,
that.
Audio. Back
We'll go
button.
back first
Soundtracks.
to the main list of
Cancel.
audio, and we'll hit
Button.
cancel because we don't need to insert anything more.
media.
Now, down here is a
In edit my movie 1. Edits created transition 1 in video track created May 12 2. Clip 1 in background audio track. Record voiceover.
there's that clip one.
Take video previous play.
And now,
undo.
we should be able to play this.
Button.
Center
Pause.
swipe one more time.
3:11.
let me
And,
pause.
I can demonstrate to somebody how to use
Home. Maps.
the...
Edit
I
mode.
Can
don't
you
know,
hear the
reminders.
music? It's playing, guys,
What
but
app do I want to use, guys?
App Store.
The App Store, yay.
Double tap to
Going into the App Store.
selected
Everybody see how to
App
do this?
Store.
I'm teaching.
Voiceover's talking because I was demonstrating it in the screen recording. Remember that? So when that one ends, maybe, let me try to see. Go to previous clip.
Previous clip.
And I'm recording,
Pause.
and my mic is on.
Previous
Now we're
clip. Previous clip.
And I'm
Undo.
recording,
Okay,
and my mic is on.
let's pause and see if I can choose the other clip. Otherwise, we're just gonna. Otherwise, we're gonna just have to listen to that whole thing. But I want to.
Center swipe one more time.
Okay, you can hear the music in there a little bit, I think. And again, you can make adjustments to these things too. You know, if you go down to the show or hide audio waveform, you can let's see, and that may be something visual. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything, but once you double tap on this show or hide audio waveform, if you double tap a clip, okay, like I double tap this one, and then if I
selected show or hide audio waveform.
If I swipe to the right,
split button.
We have a split button, so we can split the clip.
Foreground button.
All right, we can look at what's in the foreground versus the background.
Duplicate.
We can duplicate the clip.
Selected actions button.
All right, you have actions.
Speed. Dimmed.
Speed.
Button. Volume.
Volume.
Titles. Dimmed. Button.
Titles, so we can insert titles, but
filters. Dimmed.
even filters.
Delete,
and of course, we can delete the clip. So let's see.
Clip 1 in background audio track. 2. Tech created make transition 1 in video created make.
Let's see if I select the
clip 1 in background record clip 1 in back clip
audio
1,
track.
Play, left split.
Okay.
Left trim knob for created May 12th, 2026. Duration 26.3 seconds.
Okay, see, I can even adjust the length of this with the trim knob.
Split button foreground duplicate selected actions button speed dim volume.
All right, we're not gonna adjust the
volume.
We're not going to adjust the speed of the clip or anything. Here's volume.
Titles, filters, delete,
Let's
delete
see
filters, back fade.
Our volume. Okay.
100%.
That's at 100.
Audio level. What mute button? Left trim knob for created May 12th.
This is the clip.
Audio level 75%.
We can lower the volume a little.
75% fade. Button.
And we can fade in and out.
Actions button.
There's an actions button.
Selected actions.
That's what
speed,
brings up the
volume,
options you saw before. Titles and filters and so forth. And again, if we select something different, if we select a different clip, here's our
created May 12th.
Let's see, this is the one we have selected.
Duration 26. Transition 1 in vid created May 2. 10.8 created May insert media.
Here's the other one.
Created May.
Now does that
2 clip 1 record voice
let's
take
see what that does for us.
Play undo selected show or hide audio selected.
Yeah, see,
clip 2
that is
take video selected show or hide audio selected clip 1
and is there anything else we can do with that? Let me just look at something here a minute. Let me see if I can select the longer one. And again, now we have
volume button.
Let's see.
Speed select duplicate detach audio button.
Okay, you can
split button left trim knob for created May 12th, 2026. Duration 26.
And that's so again. Here's the thing: show or hide audio waveform. That brings up all those different choices. There's even a thing here called
detach audio.
Detach audio. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure what that does. I'm gonna have to play with that. I think because you can adjust the volume of these. You can have it so that it's just the music playing.
Duplicate. Select.
Again, we can duplicate the clip.
Speed button. Volume button.
We can adjust the volume, the speed of the clip.
Titles button.
And again,
filters button. Delete button. Delete.
We can add filters.
Selected.
So here's the filters. Let's look at some of those.
Speed, actions, Western, vintage, silent era.
Same as we saw in the project settings. Remember that?
Duotone.
I'll put one in here.
Selected. Duotone.
Okay. Now we will
selected. Duotone.
Hide those settings. Again, that's that waveform button here. I'll show you.
Record take video previous play undo selected show or hide show.
All right, we've deselected that. Now, see, there's nothing else there now.
Undo play.
Now again.
Center swipe one more time.
3:11.
And I can demonstrate.
And I'm just going to let that play a minute while I continue to to talk to you. So as you can see, this app is very accessible and very powerful, but also very complex. And I think if you have a pair of eyes, as I said, helping you with this, some of this stuff is going to make more sense because you can see what you're actually adjusting with some of that stuff, what the filters are that you're applying, the audio waveforms. Of course, you saw the option to record a voiceover. As I said, we could record a narration, and then that narration would replace the audio in the actual video. You have the sound effects, the music, and the other thing I'll do is I will show you the menu bar before we finish this part. But I mean, it's a very usable app, and we have more than one clip in here. I'll just turn it back up, see if we can hear some music.
Our teams have solved page one.
Of course, I'm demonstrating stuff, so you hear voiceover there, but
Update all.
Go back in.
Apple
Here,
web page
that,
loaded.
and then
Game Center
right over here.
App close.
To the close button. All right, folks, this has been
Selected.
a demonstration of how to use the App Store to update your apps. All right, guys. Okay, everybody. We're recording a video. We will have audio with this video as well. And while I'm recording,
see, it transitioned right to the other clip. Did you see that?
During the video as well, but we're not going to...
0 people.
Whoops. I might have gotten out of frame there. Or maybe not. There we go.
Stop recording video
in the frame.
button.
Now we're going to hit... I moved back a little because maybe I'm also too close to the camera. Don't want to do that. But now we're going to hit the stop button.
And I hope you could hear that music somewhat, because it sounds really good from here. It's very nicely just in the background. It's not overwhelming. It sounds really cool. And it ended right at the time when the video was supposed to end, too. It's automatic. When you choose a soundtrack, it does that automatically for you. If you pick your own music, you have to do that. But when you choose a soundtrack, it automatically adjusts the length of it to fit the video. There's a whole bunch of them. And I think the total download is only like 600 or 700 megabytes. So it's not very huge. All right, let's look at the menu bar.
Menu bar, window, controls, iMovie, file, edit, format, view, window, help.
All right, let's, I don't know. Let's look at file.
Edit, file, open, ellipsis, open,
there's
ellipsis,
a keyboard command.
Command,
Yep.
Open recent, button, dismiss context menu.
All right, not a lot in the file menu.
Wednesday window file edit format.
How about format?
Button, font button text dismiss context menu.
Okay, so
Button,
just two things there.
menu.
So there's not a huge amount in the menu bar. How about the window menu? How about the view menu actually?
Show sidebar control command S dismiss context menu. Button.
Yeah, this app doesn't have a lot in its menu bar. Most everything's just right on the screen. Now, well, everything's right on the screen, not most everything. You can go back at the top left
248
with
record voice return to project list.
Return to project list, and I'm going to show you.
Play button.
When you do that, what happens is that the project you were working on
Back video.
is still selected, and there's a back button.
Back button.
Which will take you back further. What you're actually in right now is a project preview. So if I swipe to the right,
Video.
you can see a preview.
Double tap to show or hide video controls.
And go to the right again.
Play button.
We can play the same video we just played. Don't need to do it again, but it's the same thing. Go to the right.
My Movie 1 button. Double tap to edit project name.
And we are going to do that. Go to the right.
2 minutes 11-second bullet May 13th, 2026.
See, it tells us how long the movie is and when it was created.
Edit button.
And there's the edit button. Edit will bring you back into the editor where we've been working this whole time. Inserting our media, adjusting the trim knobs. Theoretically, we didn't actually do that, but you know what I mean. So that's the edit button you have to hit. So
Play button.
and then you can play it. And
Share button.
let's not forget that we can share it. That's so important. So
Delete.
we can
button.
even delete it. You can do all that stuff from here.
Delete.
So
button.
what happens? Let's go back. I'll show you from the start.
Back button.
Hit the back button.
Projects.
This is the main project browser again. Okay, go to the right.
Import projects, trailers, and media.
There, doesn't that sound familiar now? Go to the right.
My Movie 1. Day in the life. My Movie.
Okay?
Start new project button.
So we are going to go ahead and double tap on
My movie 1.
that one. That's what we just created. Now,
Back button.
it opens it up in a preview. Okay, that's what I wanted you to see. You're not in the project editor right now. You're just in a preview. And again, here's where we can share it, delete it. We want to rename it.
Video play. My movie 1 button.
Double tap that
Double tap to edit project name.
because we want to change the title.
Text field is editing. Glyph text edit clear white. Button.
There's a clear button.
Glyph text edit clear white. Close done. Dim.
So let's call it TTJ Test Movie.
Cap T cap J at hyphen cap T E at T.
We don't need the word movie, just TTJ Test.
Done.
Done. Now see?
Back video play button. TTJ test button.
There's the new name.
Double tap to edit project name.
And
TT2 minutes
if
11
we
edit but 2 minutes 11 second bullet edit play share button.
if we want to share it, let's look at what our sharing options are.
Export and share.
Okay, export and share.
Save or share video.
Save or share video.
Download, send to family and friends, or post on social media.
Okay.
Export project. Export or save to edit file elsewhere.
There you go.
Open in Final Cut Pro.
And
Continue editing project in Final Cut Pro for iPad. Continue.
so
editing
you have
project in-
3 choices here. You have the first choice being the option to save and share, I think it said.
Save or share video.
Yeah, save or share video. And it described to
Download,
you
send to
that
family.
means you're going to be able to download it. You can send it to photos.
Friends.
You can, or rather, you can send it to family and friends. Or post it on social media. So you can save that to your photo library. You can save it to files. You can post. I'm going to actually choose the option and show you all of the different sharing options momentarily. But then remember how I said to you, if you want to export the project so that you can save it to iCloud Drive and come back to it later, you can do that. And that's the next choice, which said
Export project.
export project. Imagine that. And it describes it.
Export or save to edit file elsewhere.
And then there's also the option to
Open in Final Cut Pro.
open in Final Cut Pro. So there's a direct path here to Final Cut Pro. And so we're going to choose the first option.
Save or share video.
Right?
Export,
There's export project, save or share.
video. Image, a gray object in TTJ test.
Now,
Video. Options. Button.
there's options. We could see what those are.
Options. Heading. Done. Button. Resolution. Heading.
All right, what's the resolution?
360p. 540p. 720p HD. 1080p HD. Selected. 4K. Resolution may be lowered for compatibility with shared destinations that do not support high-resolution video.
Okay, that's good to know.
Resolution.
I'm not going to save this in 4K, though. I'm going to take my own advice that I gave you yesterday
1080 selected. 1080p HD.
and make it smaller, okay? Even though it's a pretty short video. Still, that's that's going to save us some time and some file space, I would assume. Go to the right.
4K. Resolution.
Okay, that's it. So I've selected that. I'm going to hit done.
Done. Button.
Now,
Image. A TTJ test. Video. Options. Matthew's iPad 4. AirDrop.
I have all these sharing suggestions first, and then once I get past those, you're going to hear
AirDrop. Messages. Mail. Button. Notes. Button. Journal. Freeform. Zoom. YouTube. Button.
there's YouTube. Don't forget, we can always upload it directly to YouTube from iMovie.
Amber. Button. Amazon. Final Cut Pro. Button.
There's Final Cut Pro again.
Canva. Button.
Canva.
More. Button.
There's even more. There's more options here of where we can take this.
Copy. Button.
We also can copy it.
Save video. Button.
Save video. What that's going to do is save it directly into our photo library.
Add tags. Button. View more.
And
Button.
view more will have saved the files under it.
Copy. View less. Save to files. Button.
Right.
Find products on
And
Amazon.
so,
Save to files.
That's the one I'm going to choose, save to files, because I don't really need this in my photo library. I kind of actually already have it in my photo library in 2 separate videos. It's not quite the same because it doesn't have the music, but
Save
we're
to
going to
files.
save to files.
Save to files.
Normally I probably would save it to the photo library, but
Save to files.
okay. So, now, what will happen is
Find
that's going to
save
just,
to files.
that's going to have to export basically.
Exporting
And
movie.
see, it says,
79%. Status bar item.
okay.
Move iMovie.
All right, and of course we have It said exporting movie.
Image, TTJ test, cancel, more, but recently used, button.
Okay,
Heading,
it's showing me
expanded.
the files locations now. Where do I want to save this? Well, I have a video files folder.
Podcast recordings, selected, audio, other files, button, favorites, downloads, locations, button, heading, iCloud Drive, button.
Definitely on iCloud Drive.
Daddy website, desktop, garage, keynote.
Where are we
left
going to
button,
put it
logic,
here? There's a
music,
video files folder.
RF, Safari, short, sketch, tech, show,
Down here.
training, TT, VAI, video files, folder,
Video files.
45 items.
There it is. And that's where I'm going to save this. I'm going to double tap that.
Video 9, 11.
Now, what is the name of the file? At the very bottom of the screen,
9.
we can
TTJ
find out.
Tags,
I think
button.
it's already got...
TTJ test 1080p30. Text
Okay,
field.
so it says TTJ test, and then it has some numbers, and that number represents 1080p at 30 frames per second. So that's why you have 1080p30.
TTJ test 1080p30.
All right,
Text
back
field.
up at the top, there's a
Double
save
tap to
button.
Video, more, button, search, save, button.
And
Back, button.
hit back,
Projects.
and we're done. And you can see how quick that was. It didn't take long at all to export, but it was only, like a 2-minute and some odd second video. It was very short. If we go back to files now,
Paid reminder, files. Double.
not only will it be saved in video files, but I have recents selected,
Favorite, share,
I think.
selected,
Yeah.
numbers
And
for
so
GMT
probably
TTJ,
I'm going to be able to
recents,
see it right here at the top of
recents, heading, TTJ test 1080p30, video, today, 2:55 p.m.
And there it is.
iCloud Drive.
We double tap on it.
And I'm recording, and my mic is
Double
on.
tap to
Now we're
talk.
going to show everybody how to swipe to go home.
Airplane mode.
You hear that music? It's playing, praise God. All right, we're going to get out of that.
And, I can demonstrate to somebody.
We'll pause it, and you can see the controls.
Go backward 10 seconds. Play. Go forward 10 seconds. Button. Playback speed. Button. Audio track. Button. More controls. Button. 0. Current position. -1.
You have a
More
scrub
audio.
bar.
Play. Go backward. Video. Close.
And then
share. Button.
Share button
Close.
and a close button. Okay? So,
TTJ test app.
that's how
Numbers
easy
fo-
that works. It's really cool. I mean, again, a lot of stuff, probably a lot more we could do if we could see it, but we can have help for that, praise God. But really powerful, really fun, and really accessible, okay? Now, very quickly, we're just going to open Final Cut Pro. I'm not going to spend much time on this because, as I said, it's a
Final Cut Doc.
part of the
Suggestions. Final Cut Pro.
Creator Studio, and not everybody's going to have that, but...
Final Cut Pro. Show sidebar. Button.
Now, I've already done the onboarding for this and played with it a little. This is a sidebar.
Project menu. Button.
There's a
Pop-up
project menu right at
button.
the
Double
top.
tap. Project menu. Button. Pop-up button.
Listen to that.
Double tap to activate the picker.
So,
Settings. Button. Import. Button. Download demo project. Button.
again, it has
Collapse.
options to import. It
Double
has
tap to expand.
download demo project
Dismiss context
and
menu.
dismiss. I
Button.
think I already downloaded one of these
Show
demos before.
Project 1. One timeline. One video. No photos. 6.3 megabytes. Button.
So that gives you a lot of info.
Projects. Heading. Lunar New Year. One timeline.
Yeah.
17 videos. No photos. 385.3 megabytes. Button.
There's the demo.
Swipe up or down to select new project.
And then
Button.
new project
Pop-up
at the
button.
bottom.
New project. Button. Pop-up button.
I don't know.
Double tap to activate the picker. No project selected. Select a project to preview it here.
Yep, see, it's going to preview
Select.
just like the other. So if...
No, Lunar
Let's
New
see what that Lunar New Year thing is like.
Selected. Lunar New Year. New prod. Dimmed. But play preview. Button. San Francisco celebration. Button. 0. 32 bullet 3840 x 2160 bullet HDR bullet 30 FPS.
It's giving me a lot of information about it.
Edit. Button.
We can even edit it.
Edit.
But
Play
let's
preview.
just play the
Button.
preview.
Selected.
I don't remember the last time I got to celebrate Lunar New Year in the Bay, but I'm glad I'm finally home. Lunar New Year symbolizes the beginning of a new year and represents the desires for a new life. It's a time to reflect and celebrate a year of your hard work.
Now, I'm sure that that's as visually cool as it is auditorially, if that's the word. But, you know, that's a project that they did. It's an Apple demo project, you know. But again, at the bottom,
Selected. Lunar New Year. Select new project.
we can
Button.
create a
Pop-up
new
button.
project.
New project. Button. Browse projects. Button. Dismiss context menu.
So we'll
button.
just say new.
New project. New project.
And
New project. Cancel. Button. Project name. Heading. Project 2. Text field.
all right,
Share.
I'm not gonna
Text field.
call it
Edit,
Project
delete.
2.
2.
I'm gonna
TCE.
call it like another test.
NOTHER C plus.
Whoop.
Hyphen activate div cap T at T done.
And we'll hit done. I don't know. Is there anything else in this we should look at, though?
Project name, heading, text field, is editing, another test, insert timeline settings, heading, format, automatic, button. Automatic sets the orientation, resolution, and frame rate to match the first clip added to the timeline.
Okay.
After the first clip is added, you can no longer change the frame rate.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Storage, heading,
Okay.
location, Final Cut Pro for iPad, button.
Notice
Pop-up button.
on this one we can
Double tap
actually...
to activate the picker.
Notice that on this one we can actually change the location.
Save a project in Final Cut Pro to edit instantly. You can also store a project in files or on an external storage device. Learn more. Link.
See,
share.
so this one's going to
Use
give
the
you
rotor.
more control over where it's saved right from the get-go.
Transcription. Heading. Transcribe audio. Switch button. On. All media in the browser will be analyzed and transcribed in English, letting you search for spoken words. You can turn off this setting in project settings later.
That's good to know, too.
Continue. Button.
All right, we're just going to hit continue.
Back button. Share.
You can already see there's more choices in this one. But now...
New project. Heading. Cancel. Get started. Record with camera. Button.
So you can
share.
record with the camera.
Record with live multicam. Button.
You can
share.
even, in this one, you can do multicam recording. And there's a separate app called Final Cut Camera that you can install. And you can actually have 4 camera angles going into this project at the same time. You can install Final Cut Camera on your iPhone, other iPads, all of this, and control them, and then they'll all go into this project. So that's the option with Live Multicam.
Import from Photos. Button.
We can also import from the Photos app, of course.
Import from Files.
Or
button.
from the Files app.
Blank project. Button.
We can do a
share.
blank project.
Blank record.
So if I
with
just
camera.
record with
Button.
the camera.
Share.
And...
Selected, image, TC, HEVC, SDR, 1080p, RES, 30, FPS, button.
It's giving us the
button.
default settings.
Advanced settings, button, done, button, 21, button, exposure adjustment, button, 21,
Okay.
15, white balance, record.
Look at all
button.
these choices.
Zoom adjustment, flip to rear, button, 0 clips.
It's going to use the front camera.
0, record, button, stop recording.
All right, everybody, this is a very, very quick test of Final Cut Pro. Never done this before in this way, I don't think. I think I imported last time, but you know what? I don't even remember for sure. But thank you, everybody, for watching.
Record,
Okay,
dimmed.
now we go over here.
Zoom adjustment, flip to rear, 1 clips.
There's a clip.
1 clips.
Okay, let's see if we have to double tap that.
1 clips. 1 flip to rear, 99 hour plus. No error, image, and illustration of TC, HEVC, advanced settings, done. Button.
There's all our different
21,
settings. So
exposure,
we have
50,
one
white
clip
record,
now that
zoom
we've
flip to
recorded. It
1
shows
clip.
us that there.
1,
So I think we can
50,
just hit
exposure,
done.
20, done, but done. Back, but another test, but import media, camera, button, voiceover recording panel. Panel is off. Switch button. Off. Live drawing. Button. Undo. Redo. Background tasks. Button. Media browser. Switch button. On. One effects browser. Switch button. Off. Options. Button. Drag handle. Jog wheel. Playhead. Button. Browser resize handle. Go to start. Button. Play. Button.
And you could even play this
Pause.
clip. And
Go forward 0 hours, 0 minute, 57%.
Right.
Viewer option.
So,
Project
see,
media. One item.
there's one item here.
Search. Select. View options. Simple clip. Audio. Video. IMG underscore 000. Timeline reset. Timeline 1. 0. Selected. Clip. But range. Edge. But selected.
Look at all these
Toggle
choices.
snapping.
Look at
Button.
all this.
Toggle positioning. Select. Dimmed. Timeline options. Button. Add media to timeline. Button.
All right, we're going to hit that.
Ruler.
Because I want the...
Playhead. Time. IMG under...
I want the...
IMG. Top ruler. Trim and trim start. Split. Delete.
We don't need to do any of that.
Button.
We see multicam is available.
Animate. Volume.
We can animate it.
Inspect.
We can...
Timeline
There
off.
are
Select.
so many
Toggle
choices,
position
as you can
selected.
see in this
Toggle
thing.
edge.
This is
Range selected.
so powerful.
Timeline,
And
timeline.
this is a
Simple
whole
clip.
different
View
level,
options.
right?
Select.
I think for
Button.
most
Search.
people, this is going to be more than what you'll need on a regular basis. But, you know, they're both great apps.
All right, everybody, this is a very, very quick test of Final Cut Pro. Never done this before in this
There's
way,
my
I don't
clip.
think. I think I imported last time, but you know what? I don't even remember for sure. But thank you, everybody, for watching.
You notice you had to hit add clip to timeline. So we did that once we recorded it. And we hit add clip to timeline. Now there's all these things. I mean, there's so much stuff.
Jog wheel.
I mean,
Drag handle. Options. Effects
look at all the
browser.
effects
Switch button
browser,
off.
media browser.
Switch
So we
button
can, you know,
on.
we
One.
can
Background
we
tabs.
can pick
Button.
the
Selected.
media,
Item
but we'd
selected.
have to
Select
find.
timeline. Ruler. Trim at
Let's see
trim.
if I can
Split.
even
Delete.
find. There's
Animate. Volume.
multicam,
Button.
animate.
Inspect. Timeline off. Select.
I should show you some of
Toggle
these,
positioning. Selected.
but I mean,
Toggle snapping. Edge.
we could
Range.
spend
Selected.
hours
Clip.
and hours
0.
on this.
Third back.
Let me just see
Another
if I
test.
can.
Import media. Button.
All right.
Camera. Button.
There's camera, voiceover, record.
Drawing.
Live drawing. You can draw right on this.
Import media. Import from ellipsis. Import from photos. Import from files. Dismiss context.
So you
menu.
can import media there.
Back. Another import.
Oh, what
camera.
else can I show you
Voiceover
real
recording,
quickly?
drawing. Undo.
There's so
Redo.
much.
Background media browser.
There's the media
Switch
browser,
button.
and you can
Off.
turn it off if you don't want to see it. You can turn it on if you
Another
do.
test. Timeline. Playhead.
All right.
Trim and
Let's
trim.
see.
Delete. Anim. Volumes. Timeline up.
Go back over here.
Timeline. Playhead. Background media browser.
I have the media
Switch
browser
button.
turned on now.
Options. Button.
Options then.
Jog wheel. Button. Help and support. But dismiss context.
So
menu.
you can get help and support on
Back
this, which is
button.
good because there's so much in this.
Effects
Let's see.
browser.
There's the
Option.
effects
Drag.
browser.
Jog wheel. Browser.
Let's
Go
see.
to browser resize handle.
Browser
Go
okay.
to start. But play. Go to end. 0 hours.
There's your play
0
buttons.
minutes, 57%. Viewer options. Button.
Okay, you can look at the viewer options, see what those are.
Viewer options. Heading. Full screen. Picture in picture. Viewer background. Black. Playback. Performance. Guides. But image analysis. Video scope. Off. Video scope.
Okay.
Off. But
Swipe out of that.
back.
I can
button.
figure out,
Another
I
test.
think, what a majority of those things mean, but some of them are definitely
Simple clip.
above my
View options. Select. View options. Search.
my level of knowledge.
Project media.
Uh,
One item. Viewer options.
Let's see if there's anything else I want to show you. That might be all for now, just because
Timeline resize. Timeline
of
off 0.
how
Select.
powerful and how complex this
Range. Edge.
this app is.
Selected. Toggle snapping.
Let's see.
Toggle positioning. Select.
Anything else?
Timeline options.
Okay, you have timeline options and inspect. I'll show you inspect, I think.
Inspect. Back. But another test.
That
But
changes the view now.
timeline.
From the-
ruler. Display head. Time. Select IMG underscore 00 video bullet 1920 by 1080 bullet SDR 30 FPS info button format button transform button audio button effects button format heading more button clip speed heading 100% opacity.
So you have all these different choices now because you're in inspect mode.
Trim split delete trim
Let's
animate
see.
volume inspect viewer options.
I can go back
0 hours
to-
0 minutes play button volume.
I wonder if I just
inspect,
turn-
inspect
No, that doesn't change it.
simple clip
There we
timeline
go.
reset timeline 1
Yeah, there we go.
0
All right, let's just look at the menu bar, see if there's anything in this one.
Menu bar. Window. Final Cut Pro. File. Edit. View. Clip. Window. Help.
All right, this has a clip menu,
View,
which is different.
Clip, button. Trim Start. Option. Button. Trim End. Option. Button.
All right, let's read
Adding
what those
heading
commands
words.
actually
Trim,
are, because it's not
cuts,
saying.
cuts,
Okay,
right square
it's
brackets,
the right
comma.
bracket. So option left bracket trims the beginning. Option right bracket trims the end.
Enable/disable clip beat grid. Option B. Dimmed. Enable/disable clips. V. Split. Command B. Multicam. Button. Set range start. I. Button. Set range end. O. Favored. F. Unrate. U. Reject. R. Add default transition. Command T. Dismiss context menu.
Okay,
Button.
I will tell you, I would
Cut
need
Pro.
to spend some time with the documentation to even understand half of what is in this app, because it's that powerful. But you can get the idea that it is really accessible and really amazing. Now, again, up here at the top,
Back button.
we can go back.
One video, no photos. Bullet 14.8 megabytes.
And this is our
Play preview button.
preview screen.
Timeline 1 0 edit button. Edit.
Just like the other app.
One video. Another test. Delete project. Rename button. Share button.
Sharing
Pop-up
options
button.
again are probably going to be
Double
pretty
tap new project button.
pretty
Pop-up
similar.
Share. Export. Video button. Audio only button. Final Cut Pro for iPad project button. All project media button. Dismiss context.
All right, so
menu.
this one has a couple of extra
Show
options.
sidebar button.
This one you can export as audio only as well, and you can export all the media that is in the project. I don't know how that ends up looking, if it's multiple files, if it's a zip file, what have you. But in other words, let's say you put 5 videos and a music track and a couple of sound effects and some photos and so forth. You could export just the media, and then of course you can export the project. So, I mean, guys, really, really powerful. And the intent of this session today, as with many of the things we're doing, is we can't teach you everything, but we can give you an overview and we can show you how accessible it is, and maybe get you interested in trying it for yourself.
Thanks for joining today's session. Didn't get your question answered? Have an additional comment or feedback? Email us info@ttjtech.biz or info@stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U. That's STURITUP.com. Or check out our websites for additional resources. That's ttjtech.biz or stiritup.com. And remember, subscribe to the newsletter when you're there. That way, you don't miss out on any upcoming announcements or events. Thanks for joining us. God bless, and see you next time.